checks and stuff. So I actually showed up at 6:30, and I was like, I hope that there's not going to be a lot of people here. And yes, I know that some of you are thinking, what do you mean you show up at 6:30 and the park opens at 9 a.m. and you think there's going to be a lot of people? Yes, there actually was a lot of people. I am, you know, probably a couple hundred people behind. So I'm probably like 200th in line right now. And I got here at 6:30. That's insane. And I know that everyone here is going to Avengers Campus. Now, the thing is, if you get a boarding pass to Web Slingers, then you are guaranteed entry to Avengers Campus, what your boarding group is called. However, there is a chance that you may not get the boarding pass in the morning, so you essentially need to wait in line in order to get into Avengers Campus. And if you wait, you're like, oh, I'll just go to Avengers Campus later, that line will probably be like 5 hours long. So instead of spending 5 hours enjoying your time at Disneyland, you're just in line trying to get into Avengers Campus, and I'm like, I do not want to deal with that. So since I'm not a risk taker, I was like, we need to get here super early. So we showed up at 6:30 just in case we do not get the Web Slingers boarding pass and we have to wait in line. At least we'll be one of the first ones to actually be led into the land. So yay! Luckily, right at 7, I was able to snag a boarding pass for Web Slingers, so we were in for sure in 2 ways. 1, because we got there early, and 2, because we got this boarding pass for Web Slingers. So sweet! And if you're wondering what the line looks like, so we actually avoided parking at Mickey and Friends because Mickey and Friends isn't open until like half an hour before the park opens. And like I said before, if you show up like at 8:30, then you're gonna have to wait hours to get into Avengers Campus if you did not get the boarding pass. So this is what the line looks like, me showing up at 6:30 in the morning. So these are all the people in front of me, and it actually turns around and then there's more people and then all the people in back of me. So yeah.
So you have to do badge.
Alrighty, it is currently 7:55 a.m. and the line is finally moving. We're headed towards the temperature checks and the bag checks and stuff. So in addition to this line, we also have to wait in line to actually get into the park and then wait in line to go to Avengers Campus. But hey, we have our boarding pass, so like we're guaranteed going in. But yay! This is the current situation. All these people here. Super early. That's insane. But it looks like we're, you know, gonna actually get in pretty quickly. I was about to say, oh, now we're waiting in line to get into the front, and it's gonna be a while. But no, they're actually already planning on letting us in. Holy cow. It's only, I think it's not even 8, actually no, it's already 8 o'clock. So yes, timestamp that. It's 8 o'clock, they're letting us in. Okay, so before we actually go in, I wanted to do an outfit check. I kind of wanted to go for like a cheerleader vibe since we're going to Avengers Campus. So I'm repping my Spider-Man tee and a tracksuit. Underneath, I have a tennis skirt for, again, that cheerleader vibe. But yeah, that's my outfit. We're in! Oh my gosh, so exciting! So everyone's rushing on over to Avengers Campus and they're telling people to stop running. So if you're planning on coming here early and want to head to Avengers Campus right away, practice your speed walking. All right, the line is moving so quick. Hello, hello. We just had to loop around over to Cars Land and then back, and it's still going, so I'm pretty sure we're in. Oh my gosh, we made it, you guys. Okay, just a few more steps, so exciting. And we're walking in. Oh my gosh! Holy cow.
Hey everyone, it's good to see you. Hi, welcome to Avengers Campus.
oversized Choco Smash candy bar. Yes, that's how you know it's going to be a great day at Disney when you start off with sugar. Alright, I'm going to try this Choco Smash bar for breakfast. Alright, so instead of trying to take a bite out of it and failing, I'm just going to... Whoa, so I heard this is super peanut buttery, and it certainly looks that way. Okay, take a bite out of this. Whoa, it's like brownie too! Great way to start the day. So this is the inside of it. So it has the chocolate outside, and then it has peanut butter, nougat, and brownie. And the peanut butter is very, very potent, I guess. You can mostly taste the peanut butter, and then I would say second would be the brownie. And you know what? It's a great combination. Absolutely delicious. So I really wanted to try the giant pretzel that they offer at Pim's Test Kitchen, as well as other dishes like their pasta dish with the giant meatball and the miniature meatball and other ones. But unfortunately, we were in Avengers Campus by like 8:30 a.m. and they did not serve those dishes because that was lunchtime, and they didn't serve lunchtime until 11 a.m. So we weren't able to order anything by that time. But hey, I'm happy with my chocolate smash bar. It was absolutely delicious. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. I would say that the Web Slingers ride is definitely lots of fun. I can see why a lot of people have been saying it's like another version of the Toy Story Mania ride. You do also get 3D glasses, and you are put in front of screens where you then have to hit some targets. But it is a little bit different, and I like it because instead of you having to use like an actual tool to shoot things or hit the targets, you just use your hands, and you could do like the little web slinger motion just like Spider-Man, and it's a lot of fun. You do compete with the other people in your party for the high score. I personally got the high score, but then looking at the best of the hour or the day, man, I was way behind. But like I said, overall, Web Slingers, the ride is very fun, and I would recommend that you try to ride it because it was a great time. It was really cute and, again, a lot of fun. Hey there, it's Chris Everdeen, and I wanted to take like 2 minutes to answer some of the most common questions I've been asked about Avengers Campus and give you some advice based on my experience. So, the biggest question that I had before visiting Avengers Campus was, what time should I get there? Now, I knew that I wanted to get there early enough so that once California Adventure opened, I could just go straight into Avengers Campus without having to wait in line to get into Avengers Campus. So I knew I needed to get there early, but I just didn't know how early. Like, I didn't want to get there so early where it's like you really didn't need to go that early. But I also didn't want to get there too late where I get into California Adventure, but then I still have to wait in line just to get into Avengers Campus, because that would have been really annoying. I just wanted to go straight into Avengers Campus after California Adventure opened. So I ended up arriving at the front of the harbor side of Disneyland. There are two ways you can get into Disneyland. You can get in through the harbor side, or you can get in through Mickey and Friends. So I got dropped off and I went through harbor side, and I got in line by 6:35, and there's already, like, as you saw, like 100, 200 people in front of me. But that's okay because, again, I got there at 6:35 and I was able to go straight into Avengers Campus after California Adventure opened. So 6:35 was good. If you want to be extra cautious, maybe around 6:15. 6:15 to 6:30 I think is great. 6:45 also good. 7, that's when it starts to like get kind of packed. By 7:30 there's like so many people. So many people arrived at around 7:30 and it got really crowded really fast. So I think that the people who arrived around 7:30 would have had to have waited at least a little bit outside of Avengers Campus and like had to wait to actually get let into Avengers Campus. And they also probably had to battle the people who were parking at Mickey and Friends, because I've heard that the Mickey and Friends parking structure has been opening at around 7:30. So yeah, there would have been like competition of the people from the parking structure and then the people who arrived later on the harbor side trying to get into California Adventure together and battling it out to try to get to the Avengers campus line. So yes, definitely arrive before 7:30. I think 7:30 is where like most people think that, oh, they should show up. No, arrive earlier than that. Again, I suggest that you arrive around 6:15 to 6:30 a.m. if the park opens at 9 a.m., which it did for me. And of course, this is all because Avengers Campus just opened like a week ago. So if you are just planning on enjoying California Adventure or Disneyland, you don't have to worry about going super duper early. But this is specifically if you want to get into Avengers Campus as of right now, like the first couple weeks of it opening. You have to arrive early, otherwise you may get stuck in a 2, 3, 4, even 5 hour long line just trying to get in. But of course, there are ways around it. But first, let me talk about Mickey and Friends. If you do decide to park in the Disney parking structure called Mickey and Friends, first of all, it's $25 to park. And again, it's been opening around 7:30. Usually it opens like a half an hour before park time opens, so it would open around 8. But I think they're letting people in earlier just because they know that the demand for Avengers Campus is so high. So I would suggest that you arrive probably around 7:20, 7:25 to see if they open it any earlier. And if they're closed, then they'll have cones. So you actually can't line up to wait and pay for parking in the structure until they actually remove those cones, probably around 7:30. So you're just gonna have to keep looping around until they finally open it and you can line up, you can pay for parking, you can park, you can go through security, you can walk the tram line because trams are not running right now, and then head on over to the entrance of California Adventure. Then scan your ticket in, get into California Adventure, head on over to Avengers Campus, and hope that you get let in. Otherwise, you'll have to wait in the line, and hopefully it's not too long because you got there early. But again, you'll be battling the people who got dropped off on Harborside. Just so you know, make sure to pack your patience that day. So I mentioned that there are ways around waiting in the super duper long line. There's actually literally just one way around it, and it's to get that Web Slingers boarding pass. So make sure that you have the Disneyland app and you try to get the boarding pass at 7 a.m. exactly. Like, they sell out in seconds. So make sure that you refresh the app right away, click join, confirm, your party, then click like confirm or something like that, and then you'll hopefully get a boarding pass. And if you do not get one at 7 a.m., you can try again at 12 p.m. But if you do not get one at 12 p.m., then you're out of luck and you won't be able to get into Avengers Campus without waiting in line. So those are basically your two options. You gotta get a Web Slingers boarding pass or you gotta wait in line. And speaking about getting around the line, there's a lot of people who think that if they have a mobile order that's in Avengers Campus, that they'll be let into Avengers Campus to pick up that order, and that is not true. And even the Disneyland app actually states that you will not be granted access to Avengers Campus just because you have a mobile order. So just wanted to clear that up because there's a lot of people who still think that if they can get a mobile order from something that is sold in Avengers Campus that they'll be let in, and that is not the case. The only way you can get in without waiting in line is if you have a boarding pass to Web Slingers and it is your time to actually get on the ride, and you'll know that because the app will tell you, hey, it's your time to board. So if you do not arrive within that time frame of getting into Web Slingers, then you will miss your chance to get into Avengers Campus as well. So yeah, just be sure you remember that. And since we mentioned mobile ordering, my next piece of advice would be to plan out your mobile orders, preferably before you get hungry, because practically every single food location in California Adventure, not just Avengers Campus, but all of California Adventure require mobile orders. So in my experience, I was hungry, ready for lunchtime, prepared to just, wait in line, walk up to the register, order my food, wait a little bit, get my food, and then enjoy it. But instead, I go to the stand or restaurant and the person with the little iPad is like, did you mobile order? And I say, no, I'm just here to, regular order. And they're like, oh, well, this is mobile order only. And the next available time for you to pick up your food is 2 hours from now. And I'm just like, 2 hours? I am hungry right now. And it was literally almost every single location. And I say almost not because there were some places that I found that you could actually go up and order food, but almost because there was locations where I could have mobile ordered and then picked up my food 15 minutes later. So I'm like, 15 minutes later is better than 2 hours later, so I'll take it, and that's where we ate. But regardless, it was still really frustrating because why can't we just line up and pick up the food and order it? I don't get it, but it's just the situation California Adventure is in right now. So make sure that you're prepared to mobile order if you're going to spend time in California Adventure and eat there. Disneyland, because I did have a park hopper, I went over to Disneyland and Disneyland was way better. There were actually locations where you could just walk up and order food like normal, but in California Adventure, I don't know if it was just my luck, but every single location, it needed to have been a mobile order. And since it was lunchtime, the wait time was very, very long. So be prepared. Lastly, the common question that I get asked is, what is there to do in Avengers Campus? And I can gladly say that there's actually a lot to do in Avengers Campus. I'm honestly surprised as to how much they were able to incorporate into this tiny area in California Adventure. So yes, obviously you can ride the new ride, Web Slingers, which is a lot of fun, but of course only if you are able to get the boarding pass. You can shop around and find some pretty cool Avengers merch, and some that's even just unique to the land itself. You can go around and meet characters, which I really love and enjoy doing, and I really liked that they had so many characters out all the time. It was fantastic. Like everywhere you turn, there is a new Avenger or a Marvel character out, and it was so much fun. You can also catch a show, either like the Spider-Man one way in the distance, or another one with Black Widow, which is also in the distance. It's kind of like a stunt show. Or you could catch the Doctor Strange show, which I believe has set times, and also the Dora Milaje show presentation thing that they do as well. I think that Avengers Campus is the only area throughout both parks that's doing shows right now. So, I mean, that's pretty special. And honestly, all the shows are really cool. I would definitely recommend watching them in person if you can, if you have time. They're all just phenomenal. Another thing that you can do in Avengers Campus is go around and take photos in all these really cool photo spots that they put throughout the park. So there's like the Spider-Man area that has a pretty distinct photo op area, Doctor Strange area, and then also the Quinjet main Avengers Campus building area as well. Among the other spots and locations, if you want to take a picture in front of like the PIM test kitchen or something like that. But yeah, I would say that Avengers Campus is very photogenic for those of you who really like taking photos. So that's another thing that you can do. You can try all their new food. Unfortunately, I was only able to have that one chocolate bar from Pin's Test Kitchen, but man, it was really good. I mean, I'm not even mad about it just because it was so good. But yeah, there's a lot of really cool and interesting and unique food items in Avengers Campus, so you could spend some time trying those out. And you can ride Guardians of the Galaxy, which is something that I forgot to mention earlier. Yes, so there are technically 2 rides in Avengers Campus, but I mean only really one new one because Guardians of the Galaxy has been there for forever. But you can only ride Guardians of the Galaxy if you're in Avengers Campus. It's closed off from the rest of California Adventure, I guess because it's technically a part of Avengers Campus. It's the Marvel theme, even though it's been there for years already. So yeah, just so you know, if you're planning on going to California Adventure, but you're like, oh, I don't need to go into Avengers Campus, but you do want to ride Guardians of the Galaxy, you have to get into Avengers Campus to ride Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. But yeah, I would say that you can definitely spend an entire day just in Avengers Campus if you decide to take advantage of everything that the land has to offer, just because there's just so much to do. And I think that's really awesome that, again, Disney was able to put so much in such a tiny little area and make it feel so alive. Overall, I really, really like the land. I think it's fantastic and that you should definitely visit it, whether you're a huge Marvel fan or just a casual fan. I believe that anyone would have fun. So yeah, that was definitely longer than 2 minutes, so sorry about that, but I hope that I was able to answer any questions that you may have had about Avengers Campus. And if I didn't answer your question, please feel free to ask it in the comments down below, and I will try my best to answer it. I hope you have a marvelous time visiting Avengers Campus when you do. And I also want to thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to follow me at Crystal Everdeen so I can see you next time. Bye, and have a magical day.